The letter C stands for concerned. Paul writes, "Whoever does not provide for relatives, and especially for family members, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." Paul writes to Timothy with this blunt advice about the expected behavior of those who would follow Jesus. If we look past the harsh phraseology, what Paul writes reflects the reality common to us all, as we are all concerned for the welfare of our family members. It is not only parents who wonder about the status of children, whether far away or nearby, but the children worry about the parents. Living in a senior retirement community with both an assisted living facility and health care center, I can hear the concern in the voices of my own children as they ask us, "Are you all right?" As parents having children living at a distance, my wife and I ask them the same thing. We want to go help as they face homeschooling and childcare concerns, but we're helpless. We have no way to travel that distance. And then, given the concerns about transmission of the pandemic, would we have to do a 14-day quarantine before we could even see them? And where would we do that? So we have to use our modern version of letters to communicate, Skype and Facebook, Zoom and Twitter. The fleeting images and words, subject always to the effectiveness of the wireless connection strength, are not as satisfying as a real tangible letter that can be held, reread, and returned to even when that wireless connection fails, or the power goes out, or the years go by. As senior citizens, part of the vulnerable population, we are concerned about the health and well-being of coming generations as we see our society in uproar and in turmoil, concerned about buying food, paying rent and other bills, about education, job loss, about future employment, about security, about economic injustice, about racial justice. We are concerned. And if we ourselves survive, we have to ask, will we have the financial resources to maintain our living standard in whatever the new normal of life is? Yes, make no mistake about it, we're also concerned for ourselves. If we were to catch this COVID-19, would we even survive? After all, we are the vulnerable elderly. And even though our community has instituted action to protect us from infection, we all know that that will not really happen. In our hearts, we recognize that all this hand-washing, mask-wearing, and social distancing is only buying time for society as a whole. We're all hoping that medical facilities will not be overwhelmed. We're all waiting expectantly for an effective treatment protocol, and we're all praying for development of a vaccine. Also, we are concerned that our worldview of a society that believes in freedom and liberty, justice and fairness, equality and access, all of our dreams of a nation are being shattered. Along with that worldview goes a faith in a creator that wishes good for creation, and we confront once more an age-old question. How can a loving creator allow bad things to happen to good people? All these concerns and others come shouting at us in the night, but no answer comes.